Hey everybody, it is your favorite realtor Thelma Cheeks coming to you live from my home. I just wanted to chat with you a little bit about becoming a realtor. There has been quite a few interests in becoming a realtor since I got in the industry. I tend to post a lot of information on social media. I post videos, I post homes, I talk about my real life experiences, and so many people inbox me, they reach out to me. A lot of my broker friends, or should I say realtor buddies, call me for advice and different things like that. And I am one of those individuals, like I'm a straight shooter. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. So I'm going to give you the real deal. So this is all about realtor interest, real estate interest, inquiries, and what's going on in my life as far as it relates to real estate. So I wrote a few notes. So if I'm looking down, that's what's happening. Yes, two phones. To be a realtor, you must have two phones, two phones, two phones. No, it's not a requirement, but it works for me. I'll say that. So one thing I want to address is I am with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Metro Brokers here in the Atlanta area. It is the largest real estate brokerage in Metro Atlanta, in Georgia actually. We are owned by one broker, Kevin Levant, and he has currently, I believe, is 28 offices and maybe 29, but I know we're working towards 30. So this year, when all agencies, or some agencies I'll say, are downsizing and closing up their brick and mortar and going all virtual, he is still expanding. So currently I am happy with my brokerage. I have been continually trying to figure out what the benefit of leaving my current brokerage would be, right? So when you're in business for yourself, you definitely have to stay in tune with what's going on, what your competitors are offering versus what you currently have. And then you also have to be real with yourself and say, okay, do I need to switch brokerages for this, or do I need to switch my approach? Do I, as an agent, need to do something different? Because as a realtor, you are an independent broker or an independent agent, which means you're contracted through the brokerage. You cannot do real estate unless you're under a brokerage, but you're essentially self-employed still. The brokerage just handles your E&O insurance depending on your brokerage. They offer you broker assistance and broker advice, and they have classes for you. My particular brokerage requires us to be a realtor. So they have a higher standard, I believe, than some agencies. Some agencies will allow you to just take the class, take the course, become a real estate professional or salesperson. But I look at being a realtor versus real estate agent like having an MBA, a master's degree versus having a bachelor's degree. So one is base level. The other is accelerated, and it gives you a little bit more hands-on experience. You're affiliated with more, like you're a part of the National Association of Realtors, so you have more access to you, and you also have a bigger umbrella, if that makes sense. So if you yourself have interest in being a real estate agent or a realtor, feel free to reach out to me. As always, I am, like I said, I'm an open book. I will give you all of the advice that I know. I'll give you all the ins and outs. As much as you want to know, I will tell you, as long as it makes sense and it's not impeding on my development and my time. Of course, I cannot hold your hand throughout the whole process, but if you have interest and you're wondering what it's like to be a Metro Brokers agent, what it's like to be a realtor here in Georgia, or what the process was, or what the current market is looking like, I'm an open book. Feel free to inbox me, comment below. You can also give me a call. My number is all over social media. It is 678-303-6018. So again, I'm an open book. And with my brokerage, there is opportunity to grow a team and or bring in other agents and earn residual income from their commissions. Now, it's not going to come from you as a new agent. It's going to come from the brokerage. So it's a great program to use. So if you are interested in becoming an agent and becoming a realtor with Metro Brokers, please let them know that I sent you, Thelma Cheeks. I would love to introduce you to the recruiter. She's a very, good friend of mine, Deidre Stafford, and we can definitely get you on the path of being a realtor. So one of the things that I did as a agent, so most people know that I became a hairstylist first. I've been an entrepreneur for well over 20 years, and I was in the hair industry for approximately 23 years before I retired from the hair industry. Moved from Michigan, which is where I resided doing hair and where I grew up, moved down to Georgia in 2018. And at that time, I knew that I could not bring my clients to me. For a while, I was traveling back and forth and going back to Michigan to do my clientele. However, it became a little taxing, and the airlines decided to lower the flights that were going in and out through Michigan from Georgia, and it became much more stressful and difficult to get to my clientele there. So I decided to work in a salon here, and I did that for approximately 2.5 years on and off. And here recently, well, actually it's been 2 years now, I decided to let hair go fully. I may go back to it. I am licensed here in Georgia and in Michigan, but as of right now, it just makes more sense for me to give my all into real estate. I do have a part-time gig, and it is very flexible. It allows me to do what I need to do with real estate and keep it the main thing. And it also allows me the ability to travel. So one thing that I will say is, because I've been an entrepreneur for a while, I know where I went wrong in the hair industry as far as my growth goes, as far as not setting up my finances properly. And what I will tell you is, being an entrepreneur, you have to manage your finances. You really, really, really have to manage your finances. There's going to be ups and lows, highs and downs. And throughout the whole process, you have to make sure that you are budgeting. The business needs to feed itself. I actually did a interview with Assets ATL, Talking Assets ATL, with my old assistant and mentee, Kishari Morrison. Well, Kishari Thomas, she recently got married. We did a segment on budgeting a few weeks ago. So if you want to check that out, she's on YouTube as well, Talking Assets ATL. And we spoke about budgeting. And one thing that I have done over the years, and with real estate, I'm a stickler for it, is allowing the business to fund itself. Okay. So meaning you need to get a business account. You need to decide if you're going to be a DBA, with your name. You need to decide if you're going to be a DBA, a LLC, a S Corp, sole proprietorship. Like, you have to figure out how you're going to structure your business. And I won't go too deep into that, because I believe that there's levels to it. I believe in the beginning, maybe a DBA is good for most people. Then after that, maybe an LLC. And there's different steps with all of that. Again, it's a little long. I'm still working on the things for that, because I've been in real estate for about 4 years now. So the longer I've been in the industry, the more people that I communicate with and talk to, the more advice I'm getting, and the more I'm learning how to structure my personal business. But what I will tell you is, you do need to get a business account. So you need to do your research in figuring out what banking institutions is going to be the best for your business and your finances that's coming in. What's going to allow you to do payroll maybe in the future, when you get to that point. What's going to allow you a low cost for your checking accounts or your savings accounts, because most business accounts are going to cost you. You will need your articles of corporation or operation agreement, and your business license and different things like that to get the business account set up. I personally believe that you need to have a checking account, a savings, the savings need to be maybe broken up. You need to have a savings for long-term goals for your business, a savings for marketing and advertising, a savings for your taxes. Taxes. It is tax season right now, and taxes, Uncle Sam gonna get his taxes, okay? That's all I can say about that. But again, this is not for me to give you guys advice on taxes or advice on how to set up your business. I'm telling you what worked for me and what I am working through and my suggestions. So, I have 4 different accounts for the business. I also have multiple credit cards for the business. With those credit cards, I use each one for different things. I have a line of credit for my business. I have a credit card that I pay my monthly fees and operation costs with my brokerage, because obviously you can't become a realtor or real estate agent for a brokerage without their fees. Now, some have, transaction fees that they charge once a month, and then you have your FMLS fee, your super fee, all of the things. So for all of you who think real estate agents just make all of this extra money, they drive around with these fancy cars, they have all of these expensive clothes and different things like that, and they're making all this money ridiculously, please, please, please grow up, because it costs to be the boss, and it is something that you as a W-2 employee, a hourly, salary employee will never understand until you become self-employed or until you become an actual real estate professional. There is fees up the wahoo that we have to pay on a monthly basis every single time we close a transaction. And we literally get dollars or cents on a dollar with every particular transaction that we close. So don't ever look at a real estate professional and just think they're making all this money. For all of the money you think they're making, just know that almost half of that, or really 60% of that, is going to someone else, whether it's your broker or Uncle Sam or operation costs. It is definitely going to someone else, and it's going to always be there. It's going to always be something that we will have to pay for. So with all of the hoopla and all of the settlements that are going on right now facing the real estate industry, and all the talk about real estate agents are getting paid too much, and different institutions trying to sue realtors for doing their job, it is really absurd. I have not even been watching the media and the news on all of it. I'm really just trying to sit back and allow my broker to process it all and to deliver it in a way where it makes sense for us and how we need to move forward and how we need to do our business. But what I can tell you is the last year I have worked harder for so much less in this real estate industry. And it's one of those things where if you are not built for this, you will soon find your way to the exit, because you have to have a passion to help people. You have to have a passion for home ownership. You have to have a passion for something that is beyond yourself, something that is going to last longer than you. You cannot look at it like, oh, well, I'm just trying to make money and I just need a big check. I just want to close. I just want to make money. No. You have to have a heart for this business. If you don't have a heart for it, guess what? You will not last. And there's no point of you even going down this route. Because another thing, you have to have money saved really to even get started in this industry. Now, is it a must? No. But is it suggested? Absolutely. Even if it's not real cash and you just have a great credit score and you have a credit line or credit cards that you can kind of use as a buffer, to pay for all of the fees that it costs to be an agent, because you may close your first deal a year after being in the industry. For me, my very first closing was 8 months after I got my license. For some, it's a year and a half. For some, I have met some people that's been in the industry for 3 and 4 years and have never closed on one transaction. That is absurd to me. To me, that person is in the wrong field. To me, that person is paying a broker just to sit on their roster. I would exit stage left as soon as possible. There is no way you should be in the industry for 2 and 3 years and not have one single transaction. My baby girl, my sir, you are doing something wrong. Either you need a business coach, you need a mentor, you need to regroup, stop, pause, do everything, backtrack. You need to fine-tune that schedule. You need to figure out how to talk to people. You need to figure out how to promote yourself. You need to get in touch with somebody that can help bring out this passion or this gift that you say that you have. If you have done those things, or if you don't want to do those things, this is not the business for you. I mean, flat out. And now granted, the last year has been very tough. I will say that. But people are lowering their transactions. Like, everybody's transactions went down maybe 20 to 40%. But if you were already at zero and you had already been in the business for a year prior to last year, you're in the hole big time. So, this is not a game. This is our lives. This is how people get paid. This is how we take care of our families. So put some respect on it. Real estate agents, realtors, we do so much more. Buyers agents, listing agents, both of us, okay? One is not better than the other. That's one thing people need to really understand. A listing agent is not better than a buyer's agent. As a matter of fact, the buyer's agent is probably working 10 times harder. We're going to see way more properties. We're having much more conversations. We're negotiating with lenders. We're talking to clients. We are creatively thinking about ways to get them under contract. We're fine-tuning our negotiating skills. It's so many things that are happening on the buyer's side. And buyers, buyers, listen up, buyers. If you are buying a home for the very first time ever, you've never owned a home, you don't come from a long line of home ownership, and you desire to purchase a home, the last thing that you want to do is have a real estate professional that just got in the market, and I'm saying like under a year. Really, because of the way that this industry has gone for the last year or so, you don't want anybody that does not have at least 2 years of experience giving you advice. And in this season, as a buyer's agent or as a listing agent, that's just my professional opinion. Now, every now and again, you may find an anomaly. You may find that one outlier that has the right mentor or had the right mentor or is really, doing what they need to do to learn what they need to learn and have really learned how to negotiate on your behalf. But if that is not the case, this is not something you just want to go on Zillow for. I'm just being honest. You don't want to just go on Zillow, Redfin, or realtor.com and simply look up a house and rely on the listing agent or rely on those third-party apps to find you an agent that you don't know, that you don't trust, that didn't come highly referred. Okay? While we're on referrals, I want to let you know that I can do business in all 48 mainland states. So what that means is I'm licensed here for Georgia. However, my brokerage is, like I said, the largest brokerage in Georgia. So we have partners all over the U.S. in all mainland 48 states. So that's all the United States except for Alaska and Hawaii as of now. And so we can, if you contact me and you want me to be your realtor professional, or you want me to refer you to someone and support my business by me supporting you, just give me a call. I can definitely have a conversation with you, have that discovery call with you, figure out what your needs are, figure out who would be the best type of agent for you. Contact my broker and we can refer you to someone that is tried, proven, tested, and that can really do what they say they can do. Not somebody just playing in this industry. We're going to get you what you need, okay? We're going to negotiate strong on your behalf. I'm going to check in with you. I'm going to check in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to interview that agent that my brokerage has linked us up with. If that interview does not go well, we're going to move on to the next. If that doesn't go well, we're going to move on to the next. Once we find someone that can do what they say they can do, that you guys match, personalities with, they're working in the area, they have knowledge in the area that you want to be in, we're going to make that connection and we're going to get you what it is that you desire, okay? So, yeah, so that's it. That's it for my ranting. This video is now over 20 minutes. I try to make these YouTube videos 15 to 20 minutes, but today I just had to passionately come up with these things. And if I did not hit, go in deeper enough for you in this video, please reach out to me. Once again, my name is Thelma Cheeks, Realtor Thelma Cheeks, coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. My phone number is 678-303-6018. My Instagram and Facebook handle is Realtor Thelma Cheeks. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook. I'm on TikTok just a little bit. You can find me on Snapchat and LinkedIn. And you can just call me. I'll give you my number. You can just call me. It is 678-303-6018. And I am excited to help you gain purchasing power to buy back the block right now, because now is the time, okay? Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Until next time. Bye.